change. We color the sun, not counting the days, and they roll into one. We'll lie on the grass with our backs to the sun, and our hands by our waist, with my eyes on no one. So as we bring in tomorrow, we know that there's worse days to come, but the far away from here, don't you know? Sunshine and blue skies ain't now what makes a life feel at home. Home is when I'm with you, I am home. Seasons are changing and I'm feeling it all again. With you, my friend, oh, lying for days, count the stars at night, and the sky fades from gray, but the sun brings the light. No sign of the rain, not a cloud in sight, just a cold drink in hand, and you by my side. So as we bring in tomorrow, we know that there's always days to come, but they're far away from me, don't you know? Sunshine and blue skies ain't now what makes a life feel at home. Home is when I'm with you, I'm home. Seasons are changing and I'm feeling it all again. So let's start on this journey, get off on the road while we're young, creating these memories that I'm writing down in these songs. Seasons are changing and I'm feeling it all again. With you, my friend, oh, 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 Les says he wanted to drop, but he can just tell he's itching to sing along. He's loving it.
Just keep her lit, lad, keep her lit.
This is a track of mine called Emerald Green. It goes like this. And she ties her hair up in the summer when it's warm, lying on a shade of green. But soon I'll have to cross the waters or the borders, but you still be here in my dreams. Well, don't you know, don't you know? I know I don't have money or anything, but that don't matter, girl, to me. I just hope that you still feel the same way when I'm leaving Emerald Green. Well, don't you know, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? And we can do this, trust me, one day at a time. But I don't wanna let you go and leave my hand, and I'll see you, girl, in due time. And I'll be back before you know. Whoa, I'll keep you updated, girl, maybe by a letter. I can almost hear you say that's just me. And maybe a year down the line you can find yourself the time to come out here with me. Well, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? And we can do this, trust me, one day at a time. But I don't wanna let you go and leave my hand, and I'll see you, girl, it's your time. And I'll be back for you know.
Yaha! MJ, about you, big lad.
I'm dead on. That was a wee one I read a few while ago. It's nice when you find songs in the back catalogue that you kind of completely sort of forgotten about, and you dig them back out and you go, well, that's actually some better than some of the ones I've currently written.
Well, again, your songs, as we joked about before we were kicking off here tonight, whatever they do to me, whether there's just that sort of dynamic in them, they just make me move.
Thanking you, sir.
In all the positive ways, I have to say, in all the positive ways. Not in a bad way where I need to nip down to the loo and all that. No, but actually, it's all good fun. The last time we had you, well, in the building here was actually probably around June time with Tiernan Heffernan, where it was the first time after lockdown when we were able to actually to start to come back together again with a full 2 meters distance, and here we are, and we're still doing it months and months later. But listen,
it's still great.
It's still great. It's actually it's fantastic to be able to have you in the space again, and actually just to do it as a solo gig tonight. And to focus in on your music for a bit, and we'll get Tiernan in as well in the not too distant future. Have you managed to stay creative even since June? I know there was an EP launch planned. We'll come back to that in a wee second. But are you still?
I think the big thing for me was I sort of wasn't as creative last year, if that makes sense. So it was more. Sorry, last year I wasn't as creative. So it was more this year. I was kind of going. So like New Year's, January time. This time last year probably. I was going, no, 2020 is going to be the year. 2020, I'm putting music out, I'm getting back out there. And then COVID happened. But at the same time, I was like, I can't just go another year and not do this again. So I wasn't going to let COVID stop me. So I still put music out there, and kudos to you guys for having me on the shows, I guess, and still giving me a chance to play those songs live.
Well, it deserves to be heard. And I mean, to come back to the EP launch, because we were hoping maybe to give you a hand with that as well, which was going to be, late September, was it?
Early October.
Early October.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, have you just sort of postponed it, or what are you doing?
Well, we took it as an opportunity so I actually started to play with a band for it, so a couple of mates from college at the time. And you know what, it just gave me a bit of a different, sound to the set kind of thing. So we were like, look, the EP launch isn't happening now, but doesn't mean that we're not going to be able to gig in the future. So we're still rehearsing away, and just kind of when the moment comes, then we're ready to go and jump on it.
Well, look, that's enough for now. Let's take her into the next couple of songs here for you. And just for all you people here, this is Michael James. Catch his music on Spotify and every other piece of social you can find Michael James.
It's a song called Venerable. I wrote this at the start of lockdown. This is basically about just wanting to see your close companions and friends and give them a big hug. But you will do someday soon.
Time, modern friend, you're hiding away. Can you come out to play? I'm here like an abandoned child, craving your smile. Maybe in a while we can hug out the tears like the way we did before. We can laugh at those who want us. We can smile as we cry and cry as we laugh. And play like it's just us, just us. All time, modern friend. Oh, and I'm counting the days, and I'm finding the ways to time till we meet again. Oh, and it's so hard to say. I can't wait till the day where we can hug out the tears like the way we did before. And we can laugh at those who want us. We can smile as we cry and cry as we laugh and play like it's just us, just us. We can hug out the tears like the way we did before. We can laugh at those who want us. We can smile as we cry and cry as we laugh and play like it's just us, just us. All time, modern friend. I'm hiding away. Teach me how to play.
Sweet.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
lovely,
Thank
man.
you. Thanks so much. This next song, it's called I Do. I got married a year ago, probably just in time, to be honest, before the world shut down. But yeah, this is basically well, being a musician when you get married, everyone asks you going to sing to your bride. I didn't, but my brother got married 2 months later, probably more so just in time. And I wrote this song the night of his wedding, the night before his wedding, sorry. It's on Spotify and all that jazz.
Today it is the day, it's finally come around. Today it is the day that I get to say my vows. I can't think of words to say what's on my heart. It all begins today, today it is the start. Today it is today. I say to everyone, today it is the day where I call you the one. Today it is the day, the greatest of our lives. Today it is the day I call upon my wife. And today has made it all worthwhile. And as I look upon your sweet, sweet smile, I can't wait to spend my days with you. I cannot wait to say to you, I do. Well, it's finally come around. Who would have thought? And as I place your hand in mine, it suddenly works out. So can I walk the path with you into the unknown? Be a candle in the dark, the light to guide you home. And today has made it all worthwhile. And as I look upon your sweet, sweet smile, I can't wait to spend my days with you. I cannot wait to say to you, I do. Oh, I do. And today has made it all worthwhile. And as I look upon your sweet, sweet smile, I can't wait to spend my days with you. I cannot wait to say to you, I do. Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
Thank you very much.
So that's where, for those who are thinking of getting married in somewhere 21 or 22,
Michael
James, he's the man just for that one song. You know that wee bit in between sort of the ceremony when you go and have a big slap-up meal and you have that singer over in the lovely little sort of garden area underneath the canopy and stuff so he doesn't get rained upon? Michael James is your man. On a bit of a funny note, mate, what is going on with that hair?
Yeah, the hair.
So the last time I think there was a wee bit, there might have been a hint of red in it before. Or is that a lie? Was it not red? Was it just...
Last time I had red in my hair, I was like a teenager, so probably
Okay,
not
so
red.
it wasn't that. It was probably just the purple lights that were on you that night. That was all it was. But what's led you to this? And is it
Basically-
Tina's fault?
Yeah, it's all Tina's fault. No, that's absolutely what we're going to go for.
Is Tina the secret hairdresser in lockdown? Is that what it is? You know, she's just got the bleach bottles out or the peroxide. What is that?
Basically what happened was, so you obviously remember I had the long hair.
Yes.
Then I decided to kind of cut it at the start of the year. Mm-hmm. I did try to dye my hair this colour like 2-3 years ago, but we went to Croatia like a week later and I jumped in the swimming pool and the chlorine just turned to custard colour. So it didn't really work. So once I cut my hair short again, I was like, do you want to go try it again? But because it was yellow before, everyone was so scarred, like, no, don't dye it again. Don't dye it again. And after about 6 months of convincing myself, I thought, you know what? It's not like we're going anywhere special.
And at the end of the day,
Do you know, like-
you're young and you know what? We've all been there. I don't think I had that bravery to do that. Tell me, back to the songwriting. Okay, you mentioned about looking at the EP and actually with the whole band dynamic. Is it something that you would like to keep going, or are you still like doing your solo stuff, shall we say?
It's a good question. I love stuff like this. You see, stripped back acoustic stuff. I love it. I think you can get the more rawness of a song just when there's certain songs that I write. So even when I'm with the band, I'm going, this is a moment where I'll probably just play just me. There's certain songs like that. But then in saying that, I've took some songs of mine into the band and they've just completely like rearranged them with their own touch. And I'm sitting going,
Wow.
wow, like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm itching to get out with them and play it kind of thing. You know?
I know, because there is some of your music, I can hear it in that sort of band dynamic, which, I mean, it's great to hear you perform it and do it in this solo style. But there's some tunes, actually, you do right. I just think they do lend themselves most certainly to that vibe and allowing people just that bit of space to bring and add a bit more colour and tone to it, which is cool. Okay, you are having fun with that tuning.
Yeah, this is what I always tell you about.
Don't break it.
I'm actually being kind tonight because I'm a semi-tone down, so I don't have to go full tone. We're like millimeters away.
That poor guitar's been through a lot, up and down, stretching.
I bought a Tanglewood, you know, the Tanglewood Travelers. I used to do busking pretty much a lot, and I bought a Tanglewood Traveler. Just, you know, like the Glenn Hansard guitar where it's smashed and beaten. I was like, that's that guitar's going to be like. This guitar's not getting ruined anymore. I mean, like, look at the state of it. I mean, like, the Tanglewood's looking fine and this is looking wrecked.
But that's,
it needs a trip like
seriously, I think, but that's what guitars are for. You know,
I know.
To have sort of trophies hanging on a wall, maybe okay, but you know what? I like to see a well-loved, well-played guitar because it in itself tells stories as well.
It is true. Like, I mean, I actually think it adds a bit of character. And not even that, I actually feel like it adds a bit of sound to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just, and then even like stories about it. Everyone's like, what the flip's wrong with your guitar? And you're just like, well, it's been busking, it's been gigs here, it's been everywhere. And do you know what I mean? It's not like it hasn't stayed in the bedroom.
Doing nothing. Right, you're going to take us in a couple of songs here.
Yeah, this is my first single I released in July there. It's called Solicitous. And then I'm going to go into my second single, which was Summer to Fall. Just speaking about that conversation there, actually, Solicitous is one of those ones where Solicitous to me is solo project that's on its own. And then Summer to Fall was one of those ones when I took it into the band, it was just like, there's just the ending bit, and it was like originally like 2 bars, and then we were like, oh, we could do 2 more bars there, we could do 2 more. Next thing it's like 12 bars at the end of it now, just getting carried away. But yeah, this is Solicitous. Walk inside my mind, help me try to find the light. I feel low inside, and I've been using smiles to hide, 'cause I'm solicitous inside, hiding, plays upon my mind, hiding this fragile butterflies get me every time they work upon my mind. When things go bad, we smile. When they get good, we start to cry. The shore reflects my mind. Depression's maybe save my life, 'cause I'm solicitous inside, hide, and it plays upon my mind, hide, and those fragile butterflies get me every time they work upon my mind. Oh, 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 oh. When things go bad, we smile. When they get good, we start to cry. The biggest fault in life is how we missed
destiny, but summer to fall, autumn leaves us back looking up, and all the colors it brightens my mind, and it makes me smile. Blow with the wind, feel the cold of the air I breathe in. With the birds, oh my soul starts to sing for the first in a while. So as we bring in the dark, endless melodies they seem to spark. So light a fire from a song that's on my heart. We're going back to the start. Just to feel all the crisps of the leaves falling endlessly like tears from trees. I've got tears in my eyes, so gaze at the stars as the night sky brings in the dark. Feel constellations that change in your heart, bringing in new light. So as we bring in the dark, endless melodies they seem to spark. So light a fire from the sun that's on my heart. We're going back till we bring in the dark, endless melodies they seem to spark. So light a fire from the sun that's on my heart. The song that's on my heart. We're going back till the start.
The thing about that is, you know, I'm conscious that this being on the very top floor in the loft in this building, it's got a spongy floor, and I just want to bounce that. And I know John in the control room is probably thinking, "Stop doing that! The cameras are bouncing." But again, it is one of those tunes, and every time, and even the fact, you know, calling it summer to fall, I think it's a good. It's a good indicator of where we want to be. We want to be back outdoors. We want to be with mates. We want to be singing songs and actually just having a whoop of a time.
That was kind of the whole point of the EP. It was all about that sort of, because it was a transition phase. The songs were written for me in a transition just sort of mentally. But then because of COVID, it kind of ended up relating to everyone in a way where like we're all wanting to go for that transition of just coming to the other side of this. And like you say, just getting everyone together again. And
get out.
You know, and that's kind of why I just chucked the EP out, because it was just almost like a tattoo of that timeline.
So you know, you listen for the wee moments, like you just said there was the transition. What was the story behind that tune then?
Summer to Fall was one of those songs where I remember going to see Snow Patrol live, when was Ward Park free? Like, what, a year and a half ago sort of thing?
Easily, yeah.
But it was kind of, he said, what was the song? It was This Is All the Love You Ever Get, that one. He was playing it and he says, this is the kind of song where everyone assumes what it's about, but it's not really about anything. It was one of those songs I just needed to write, and after that I started writing everything. And Summer of the Fall was kind of like that for me. So like it was like a few weeks later, I had like writer's block for so many months. I just wasn't taking myself seriously with music. I wasn't really writing like I would, and I wasn't feeling enjoyment about gigs and stuff. And then Summer of the Fall kind of just came out of nowhere, and it was just like, this is cool. I like this.
The tap got turned on. Nearly,
yeah, and I was like, oh my word. And then after that, there were songs coming every couple of days, and you know, it just went from there.
And on that subject, then, how old were you, Mike, whenever you started to get into this? When you know, were you a nipper borrowing somebody's big guitar and having a go, or are you a late bloomer, albeit 6'6" or whatever it is? You know.
It's a really. I always find that one difficult to answer because I originally played drums. So.
All right.
I got my first drum kit Christmas 2007, so I was 10 years old, and I played drums for many years. It was like, but in saying that, I was in a so-called band in high school, and I was a songwriter, so I didn't play guitar or piano. I just kind of sat on a keyboard going, that's the chords I want you to play.
You're a bit of a Dave Grohl, it's that idea, you know.
That's kind of a Dave Grohl, the Dave Grohl of arts. But
it's got a certain ring, hasn't it? You know. It's classy.
I thought it was about 4th or 5th year. I think it was 4th year in school. All of a sudden, I took up the guitar, and it just sort of worked. And there was loads of people at the time were just. I don't think I was a great singer at the time, to be honest. And a lot of people just kept encouraging me and giving me gig opportunities and stuff, like your lovely self and all. And then here we are. So,
do you know? So let's deal with certain things here, okay? I think you can be an absolute stonker of a singer and an artist and just a player. I think things that move us are authenticity and just something which comes out of the soul. Maybe that's too much, but you know, that idea that it wells up because we get moved. And I think the great creatives, the ones who really do make us feel, they cause us to identify. And even if it is just the tapping of the feet, something gets us in the rhythm. And whether it's a chain of words or it is, say, that melody, that's what's important to me. Yes, I'm going to say I love an incredible voice. Yeah. But at the same time, I want that authentic. And there is something about you which is authentic. And I think that's the thing it keeps coming across.
But even like from the performer's perspective of that, like saying like tapping, I'll be overanalyzing stuff like that performing. I'll be going, are people enjoying this? Like they're tapping their feet, are they getting into this? You know, like, because like when I write a song, you're saying about it's like coming from the soul. That's kind of what it is. So when I go to play a song live, I kind of almost taking myself back to what it was. I'm trying to bring that emotion across and trying to get people to relate to that kind of thing.
Do you ever have any moments of dread where you think maybe you're exposing too much of that inner person when in your songwriting, or are you comfortable in your skin? Have you got to the point where you're not afraid to share those thoughts? I mean, Solicitous, let's be honest, is one of the songs.
Yeah, I think it was this year. So it was kind of like, I would have wrote it down more like metaphorically kind of thing, where it was kind of painting pictures and it was up to the listener to decide. But I think it was kind of this year was like, do you know what, we need to stop beating on the bush, because even my personal friends and stuff, I began to kind of open up just vocally. So it's like, if I'm talking about it outside of music, and if music's what I do, why can't I talk about it in music?
Yeah.
Do you know? So that was why it was the first single. It wasn't planned to be. It was just I recorded it, and I was like, do you know what? Why not? This is why I'm still doing this. Let's just get out there.
And you know what? It comes across beautifully, and I'm going to say, keep doing it, and don't stop doing it. I want to bring it to an end now. We've reached that time. MJ will have another couple of songs here, but I want to say thanks for joining us again tonight. Do keep coming back. www.tuar.pro and come and really just enjoy the wealth, the talent that there is streaming, literally. It was streaming before it was live streaming, by the way. It was just moving and flowing out from what is the heart, the centre of the universe, which is humble little Northern part of Ireland. We've got this incredible DNA, but do come back and join us for the next artist on tour. And with that, we end tonight's show, or whatever time of the day in the world you want to watch this, with the wonderful Michael James.
Yeah, I just want to saying over thank you guys for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure to play this, and even just chatting and getting to share stories with you. It's been absolutely lovely. Time for one or time for two? Two. This wee song called Free to Roam. It's a wee happy, summery song in a really cold, wet day in Belfast. So this will hopefully brighten up your souls a bit.
Down, living the sea life. It's a home that you found. Is it all that it's cranked up to be? Oh, independence on your own, you're free. So you run off to see the sun. It's so fun, oh, so fun that you're on your own. No one's round to be found. Free to roam, we're busking on the streets. It's why you live on, and everyone you meet, they're singing your song, playing at the Joker, the rubber pavilion. Your debut record's out, you've reached 1 million. Oh, so you run off to see the sun. It's so fun, oh, so fun that you're on your own. No one's round to be found. Free to roam. You're out to prove a fact that you're right up by reaching out. It's so fun, then the line in this brand new life. But for now, I'm free to roam. Whoa, 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 whoa. So you run off the see the sun. It's so fun, oh, so fun that you're on your own. No one's round to be found. Free to roam. You're out to prove a fact that you're right off by reaching out. It's so fine down the line in this brand new life. But for now, you're free to roam. Free to roam. Free to roam. Free to roam. Free to roam.
Thank you. And then the last one, 21. Even though I sadly 20 this month, and I wrote the song when I was 20. So this is like a constant reminder of how old I'm getting now as a song. Thanks for tuning in once again, guys.
What can't we to stay in the good days? Going out and having fun. Life will never be the same way. Can't wait to stay at 21. Have you got your dancing shoes on yet? Well, let's paint the town, oh, let's paint it red. There's no need for worries, no need for striving on this pain. 'Cause you can't hide sunburn while stuck in the rain. Why can't we just stay in the good days? Going out and having fun. Life will never be the when there's tears. Why can't we just stay in good days, going out and having fun? This life will never be the same way. Can't we just stay at 21? 'Cause growing up ain't made for these days.